Calumet. This one is just for fun. This is called A Possum Come A-Knockin' at the Door. And you can tell that it's got lots of rhythm to it. It also has some characteristics of an add-on song. See if you can tell what I mean. A possum come a-knockin' at the door. A possum come a-knockin' at the door, at the door. A possum come a-knockin' at the door. Granny was a-sittin' and a-rockin' and a-knittin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Ma was busy cooking in the kitchen making taters when the possum come a-knockin' at the door. Pappy was a-busy and a-bangin' and a-poundin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Pappy was a-whittlin' making plate hoist for the baby when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Sis was tossin' baby while Pappy was a-whittlin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Brother was entanglin' all the 20 lines for fishin' while Sis was tossin' baby and Pappy was a-whittlin'. And Pa was busy fixin' and Ma was busy cookin' and Granny was a-knittin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Coon-dog was a-twitchin' and a-scratchin' in the corner when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Tomcat was a-stackin' and a-spattin' and a-hissin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. What's that? Sis said. Don't know, Brother said. What's that? Pa said. Don't know, Granny said, but that cat's gotta go. Then Dog started sniffing and a-pawing and a-growling while the cat, a tail a-twitching, was a-hissing and a-howling. Make a Granny stop a-knitting and Pappy stop a-whittling and Baby start a-fussing. Brother and sister started cussing 'cause a little old possum was a-knocking at the door. What's that? Granny said. Don't know, Pappy said. What's that? Ma said. Don't know, Pa said. Then I creepy crossed the floor and I looked under the door. It's a possum come a-knockin' at the door, I said. It's a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Then Brother came a-leapin' and Sis came a-runnin' and the baby came a-crawlin' and the dog started howlin' and the Pappy was a-chucklin' and the Granny was a-twinklin' and Ma followed Pa to the door. Now hush, Pa said. Now hush, Ma said. As slowly Pa opened up the door. Now y'all stop your hollerin' and your fussin' and your cussin', 'cause there's nothing that's knockin' at the door. No possum, Pappy said. No possum, Pa said. No possum, Granny said. No possum, Ma said. Then we all started doing like before. Granny was a-sittin' while Pappy was a-whittlin' and Ma was a-cookin' while Pa was a-fixin' and Brother was entangling while Sis was tossin' baby. Coon-dog was a-scratchin' and a tomcat was a-lickin' and I was just a-sittin' and a-lookin' out the winder when I saw what I saw scoot up the old oak tree. A possum was a-scootin' and a-scramblin' and a-danglin'. That possum that was knockin' made a fool out of me. Hee hee hee. The end.